it's thought provoking. I know you want to beat me with a frying pan, but I think this list is very fair. It gives credence to not just last season's stats, but a lot of different things, because some of these players are moving around. You're going to have different quarterbacks, and I think I was very fair with that one. Like I said, if you haven't looked at week 1 or week 2 yet, if you haven't listened to those, go check those out. I think those are pretty good as well. Next week, we're going to have college wide receivers, and then we're going to do NFL and college running backs in the next 2 weeks after that. So yeah, if you want to keep up with the show, go check out the Throne Room on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, something I also wanted to talk about before this episode closes. The SEC, big SEC guy, by the way. The SEC will lift its alcohol ban going into next season. Now, I'm not going to make any judgments on people who have a drinking problem, because undoubtedly those people exist. And so, if that's you, I encourage you to get help. That's really all I can say there. Here's the story, looking at it through the eyes of someone that will be purchasing, excuse me, wow, I can't talk. Excuse me, is this thing on? Hello, is this thing on? Okay, here's the story from the eyes of someone who will be purchasing alcohol in the next year. Because I'm 20 now, I'll be 21 next year, so I will be purchasing alcohol in a year. And probably at sporting events. I don't know. And when I think of myself doing that for the first time, I think, okay, I'll be very responsible, one drink, enjoy the whole game, and go home. And it's that simple. So from that point of view, it seems very reasonable that the SEC would do this. I mean, I consider myself a pretty mature individual for my age. I'm doing a lot more than with my life, professionally, than most people are doing in their 40s or 30s, you know what I mean? So I would consider myself a fairly mature person compared to some other people my age. So but you have to account. So look, if everyone was like me at my age, I would understand it. Here's the thing. There are people that aren't as mature as I am at the same age as me, or maybe older, right? And they might not be as responsible, or they might not be as sort of aware of themselves and their amount of self-control that they have. And so it could lead to some real problems, especially at these games when, let's just say at the LSU game, with A&M last season, 7th overtime, some college student or some visitor from LSU that rode the bus here, the fan bus or whatever, gets 14 or 15 Miller Lights in him that he bought for $8 at the concession stand, and just throws a bottle or something at one of the players or the camera guy downfield, or the referee or something stupid like that. And granted, that's a complete exaggeration because of some rules here. You can't buy more than a certain amount of drinks, but let's just say someone's a lightweight and does that. You know what I mean? Let's just say somebody can't handle one beer, okay, and freaks out and starts streaking on the field. It would be hilarious aesthetically, but if you're thinking about the safety of some of these players, it can get pretty iffy. Now, Auburn and Alabama have already said that they will not be participating with these new rules. Of course, the SEC, what they did, it's sort of like a constitutional republic as an entity. The SEC basically said, look, it's up to the team, it's up to the organization whether or not you want to sell alcohol at your stadium. And so Alabama and Auburn have already said, look, we're out. We're going to wait to see how this plays out for other schools, and we'll see how it is. So looking at it, the way I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, this could be good. This has the potential to be okay. There's college kids that go to NFL games or NBA games or MLB games that are of age and can handle themselves. But then you run into the problem of, I know this senior at school. You want to buy me a couple beers, dude? Like me and my freshman friends, and he'll give you $20 and go ahead. That can lead to some problems too, because that's not legal, right? So it could lead to some problems and some safety risks too there, because you could have more than one people go and buy a round of drinks for people, and then you can kind of bypass the drink limit. And so it could get pretty dangerous. You never know. So I think I would be skeptical at this point. We haven't really seen it happen on college game day yet. Of course, people tailgate all the time, and it rarely any problems there. But on the stadium, in the stadium, it can be a little different. I don't know. I'm skeptical of it. I think I wouldn't be too paranoid about it, though. I think for the most part, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to the students, because again, if it's me, I'll be fine. Like I'll be completely fine. But let me know how you think. No. I mean, other than that, there's no really other important stories I wanted to cover, and I looked a lot. There's no update on the NCAA ban against names and likenesses. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch last week's episode or listen to it, whatever. I don't even know what to say when I'm talking about that, because you don't watch anything. You listen to it. But anyway, here's the other thing I wanted to say. When we start the next season of the Throne Room, of course, we'll be back with Nico, Seth, and Sean. We'll be back, okay? It's going to be full-fledged. We're going hard. Listen, here's the plan. We're going to get a whole new set of mics. Each one of us is going to have a mic, so it's not going to be like you have to, like Seth or Sean will have to like yell. Nico, it's not a problem because he has a pretty loud voice sometimes. And plus we argue all the time, so he yells at me. But, sometimes it's hard to hear Seth or Sean. So we're going to get mics for everybody. We're going to get cameras, and these videos are going to be these videos. Oh my God. I'm all over the place right now. These podcasts are going to be recorded and uploaded to YouTube, because when we're all together, man, doing these things, it kind of gets a little ridiculous and crazy sometimes. So, it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very entertaining. There's a lot of stuff, and a lot of times when you listen to the episodes, we're like, yo, we need a camera, because if y'all could see this, it would be, you'd be peeing yourself. That's just how it is. But, so that's sort of the future of the Throne Room going into next season. I want to get like a banner, like a flag with our logo on it to put like behind the backdrop to put on the wall, because we'll probably do it in the living room of our apartment. So, but it'd be sweet. I think next season we have a lot to look forward to as a host, myself as a host, and you as the audience. So keep in touch with that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Other than that, let me know how you like this episode. You probably have some thoughts about it. Let me know. You know how to contact me. It's the Throne Room on Instagram and Twitter, and it's at king__alex__ on Instagram, and at akingboss99 on Twitter. Other than that, thanks so much for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week. Ha ha ha.